Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. Today I wanted to put up a quick video here. It's just more so about, I guess you could say, how one's audacity could astound people and just to keep going. Now I wanted to make this a pretty short video, but it's just kind of tied into some key pointers of why I think that one should still not lose sight of their goals all a while in the process where others are still noticing how bold that they are. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and just jump right in. Okay, so have you guys ever had an instant where maybe you were like the new kid on the block, right? Let's say for instance, you know, you're around these individuals and you could tell kind of like who's who when it comes to the cliques, right? I'll use myself as an example. I've always been one that's been like the loner, or like the Rolling Stone, if you will. When it came to that, I've never been one to follow cliques because of the fact that I just felt like there was always drama waiting when it comes to those type of things. 33 as I said that. So I've always steered clear of it. And in doing so, it definitely revealed quite a bit to me over the years. Like, you oftentimes will see people turning on one another. You may see other things pop up that was completely unexpected, but it turned out being something that you were so forever grateful and thankful that you missed in the midst of it all. But with all that being said, you know, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I truly feel that it always helps to be that type of individual, to steer away from those type of dynamics. But you know, oftentimes people could get the perception, 111, as I said that, they can often get that misconstrued. They can think of you as maybe someone who's stuck up, snooty, or you may come off as a know-it-all. When in all actuality, 1, 2, 3, as I said that, you're just really trying to keep yourself in the clear from any backlash that comes along from people being that way. You know, I can tell you the number of times over the years where I've witnessed it. In my times of being in terms of the corporate space as well. And 144, as I said that as well. It never fails. So I say all that to say, it's better to be that way and just really just to stay out of the lines of fire, if you will. Okay, quick story time. So this was something that happened like maybe close to 6 months or so back from today. I remember I was working in this particular sector, and again, this environment I was in was quickly prone to having those type of groups, those cliques, if you will. Again, being the type of person I am, I've always steered away from it. Now, coming along with that, I've always got the, I guess you can say, the label as, oh, she thinks she's a know-it-all, or she's stuck up, or things like that. Now, to be quite honest with you, I've always been that one that just really didn't give a damn, to be rather frank about it, because at the end of the day, my mentality was that, well, in 44, as I said that, it's not signing my paycheck, so I could care less, right? So fast forward, as time progressed onward, during my time within that space, I noticed those very individuals that were doing the click thing started to turn on one another. And I'm just sitting back, eating my popcorn, if you will, like, I saw that coming. So I say all that to say this is why it's good to steer away from those type of dynamics, because it's just a recipe for disaster without a doubt. And in doing so, don't think for once that there's not others looking around and seeing what's going on as well, meaning the powers that be. So I'll give you another example too. So even when it came down to like the management side of things, like one of my assistant managers also was privy to what was going on as well. And what ended up happening, it turns out there were 3 people out of the 4 that got fired. Imagine that. Now, mind you, it turns out there were some other things that they were doing that were like impious in terms of the work environment. It was completely against company policy, and it led to them all 3 out of 4 being terminated. What I found to be even more funny is that the very individual who was the 4th one of that group all of a sudden became, I would say, a bit of a brown noser, to be quite honest, 212 as I said that. So they started trying to rub elbows in reference to myself, which again, mind you, I told you I'm the Rolling Stone here. I'm like the one that preferred to be the loner, because I feel like, sadly enough, not being tied to those type of dynamics, you are more prone to have more of a headache-free experience when it comes to the workspace. 2, 3, 4, as I said that. Now, did I give that person a hard time? No. I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt. We became good friends. Not friends in terms of buddy-buddy, but terms of, okay, just to get through the workday, I'll tolerate you type of thing. And it's so far so good, you know. So with that being said, I just took that as an experience, I guess you could say, in terms of, you know, going back to one of the videos talking about wisdom, being the best teacher. I took that approach and actually applied it accordingly. So I saw it as something that, you know, going forward, it's okay to be able to build some type of bond with some of those individuals, but not to get too close, if you will. You know, still keep that fine line there where professional is professional. And then, you know, a little interaction is okay too. With that being said, 333, as I said that, it's good to still approach them with a open heart, but to an extent. So my whole thought process when it comes down to the notion of whether you can actually have friends in the workplace, I would say to an extent, yes and no. If I had to say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest possibility that you can actually have a friend or friends in the workplace, I would say it would be more of a 3. You know, I feel that, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like crossing that line. And it could get a little gray. And then, you know, you got people wanting to know more about your personal business and you wanting to know more about theirs. And then forbid that if you happen to know some of the same people, I just think it could get messy. This is just my own personal opinion. When it comes to the workspace, especially in terms of corporate, from my own experience, since that's more of the environment I came from, I would rather keep both worlds separate. Regardless of what one may think, you know, they may feel like, oh, this person is stuck up, or, you know, they think they're better than everyone. You know, you can kiss it where the sun don't shine. That's how I feel about it. And I don't mean to be harsh about it, but it's just my whole perception in it is just you have to prioritize what's truly important. And at the end of the day, one's opinion is not anything of my care whatsoever. And that's really it. It just leads to having more of a carefree life. And I know one thing's for sure, I can leave out those doors knowing that I did just that. I had a carefree experience, did my job for the day, and with no stress or hassles to follow. And that's my quick little bit there on the topic of, you know, how one's audacity could astound people, and why one should never lose sight of what's truly important in their day-to-day just because of what others may feel they work alongside with, or maybe the others that you just simply see in your day-to-day. It doesn't even have to be work related. It could be maybe even individuals you go to class with. It could maybe be people that you pass by in the store. You may see them quite often, maybe the same faces, or in your living space. You may see them depending on what type of space you live in. So don't be afraid to leave your thoughts. Our guys are more than welcome to leave comments down below. Again, I checked. It doesn't look like it's disabled, but please do tell me if it is. If you're having any issues posting, do let me know. Or else continue to send the responses over there on Instagram. You guys have really been on it. I can't stress it enough. I love reading it, and I try to get back to you guys as quickly as I can. So as always, I'm definitely sending you guys love and light, and see you in the next video.